Potent Pondering, I'm back with another video. Yo, please come in, thumbs up this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification, hit all notifications so you have my videos in your possession each and every time I go live. Yo, I hope y'all all doing well. It's Saturday evening. Listen, I'm here just chopping up about a few topics I want to talk about. Nicki Minaj, Remy Ma, Papoose, Clarissa Shields. Also want to talk about Megan Thee Stallion, Glorilla. Also this little, beef steep brewing between Yandy and her ex-best friend, assistant, or whatever, right? So make sure that you thumbs up this video, get the video to 1,000 likes, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate all of y'all who watch my content. So listen, first thing first, where we want to go? Let's just go straight into the Remy Ma, Papoose, Clarissa Shields. You already know the whirlwind that's been going on with that. Remy Ma fake came out after Clarissa Shields did the Breakfast Club interview, and she's made it, listen, she made it seem as though that she had an issue, even though Clarissa Shields didn't really go in on her. She made it seem like every time she opened up her mouth, I'ma drag you, right? That means like, yo, you don't got to me, a person like Remy Ma, that's the worst type of person to have to be friends with. Yeah, I remember before she started beefing with Nicki and she did her interviews on radio, she was telling people that she's the friend who catalogs information. Now, I catalog information too, but I'm more so the friend that, like, if we not friends no more, I'm just gonna act like you don't exist and I'm gonna just let you deal with that pain and hurt of that, because there's pain and hurt with me ignoring you too. You know what I'm saying? But Remy Ma, how could you be married to a man for nearly 20 years and come online and do the performance that you did and like just say the certain things that you did and involve family members? And one thing I really didn't like is the fact that people like to use words like the pedophile and the child molestation and all of that, right? They use key trigger words like that to get public on their side to make them look at. Listen, as far as I'm concerned, Papoose, now listen, people should hold their families accountable, right, for things. But Papoose wasn't the person that you was accusing of doing those things, so why did you even bring it up? You know what I'm saying? Remy know that she is full of, she know that she full of it, running around with this little 35-year-old. Trust me, somebody else probably on his radar. You know, and like Papoose said, Papoose went online because, you know, he just infuriated, frustrated with Remy Ma based off of what she's done. He made a post today showing some proof from some sort of insider battle rap dude called Jackman. He posted on his page and he deleted it. But Jackman was doing a recall of the event. This was a video from last year when he said Papoose knocked out Easy to Block Captain. And Remy Ma did confirm it this year too. She confirmed it. Papoose leaked the audio of her on there talking about, I can't leave him because he's gonna expose me. Papoose had audio of Easy to Block Captain saying that he could expose Remy. All these, listen, them messy people belong together. Let them, Papoose, let them have each other. You moved on, you know what I'm saying? It's like Remy Ma don't want him to have no happiness, no peace with Clarissa Shields. She's trying to plant seeds of doubt, talking about your new come up or whatever. But you, listen, if Papoose is lacking everything that you said that he don't have, you was with him for so long, right? The man wrote your raps, and now I can't unsee it. Now since me knowing hip hop, New York hip hop, and knowing when Remy Ma and Papoose merged, now I'm questioning all that mixtape stuff. When you wrote When I See Her for Little Kim, that whole pattern is Papoose. I'ma smack her when I see her. I'ma put hands on her. I'ma snatch her when I see her. When I see her. When I see her. When I see her. That's all it's making me question. Did Papoose write the Fresher song? Wait a minute. Wait, when you was dissing Nicki too? Yo, let me just tell you something, right? Because I seen some people saying this, right? Where they was just like, they don't care about Papoose because he wrote the disses towards Remy, right? One thing I will say is this: when you're married in a union, you have a responsibility to, you know, help out your spouse and uphold things. Their genre is rap music, writing, you know, performance, you know, getting some sort of attention based off your artistic, what you output in an artistic way. So if Papoose is highly talented in that area, he's going to let his wife shine. One thing I want to talk about is Clarissa Shields. Now, you know, Clarissa Shields, she got a fight coming up, right? Clarissa Shields went into the DM of Nicki Minaj and she said, I'm going to put it on the screen too, "You might as well come to my fight, queen of rap." And then she plugs Nicki Minaj No Frauds when she dissed Remy Ma. Throw your wrists up or limbs up. Yo, that is so crazy. Now, a few people feel a different ways about this, right? You know that when it comes to anything popular, trending, the rules bending, no suspending, Nicki Minaj's name get brought into everything. You know, it's almost like She can't avoid it. So, with the whole Diddy trial with Cassie, people would make the fake tweet saying that Nicki told Cassie to stay with Diddy because she's a celebrity and people would die to be in her shoes. Even though it's like, I don't know why they do that to her. Nicki never addressed it. Next thing we seen her pop up in the range that she copped with a few pieces of change. You know what I'm saying? Changed the game. She popped up in New York. She don't even address it. And Nicki, she trying to be funny. She waited 35 weeks later to promote them damn Lochi sneakers. But this ain't about that. I just wanted to say that I love the fact. But see how the sneakers looked in the car? It looked good. I felt like the sneakers looked better on foot than how, like, in the promotion. I liked how she had them laced up and all of that. So listen, shout out to Nicki. But what I want to say is regards to this Clarissa Shields and dragging Nicki into it or whatever, right? It's like, yeah, because Papoose wrote the Eat the record. Papoose wrote the Eat the record and Nicki called that out. See, when you from New York, you got the air. I will say this, when Nicki called it out and then I started to listen to Sheether, it was just like a few contributing factors in regards to what made me question if Remy wrote it or not. And one of the things was if you remember, she was on stage in New Jersey. This was a few days after and she couldn't even really perform it. She didn't know the words to it, right? And Papoose said that he wrote the Shmoney, the Shmurda, with the Bobby Shmurda. That was one of the remixes that Remy did when she first came home that got her popping into the courts of being booked again. So yeah, as it pertains to Nicki Minaj, I just feel like it's crazy that she got dragged in the middle of it. And she always her name is Miss Petty. So, she's going to find her way into the conversation some way or another. I find this to be so interesting. I want to go to Clarissa Shields' page, actually, right? Do you think, I think personally, Nicki is not going to show up because it's just messy, you know what I'm saying? But when is when is her fight? Her fight is coming up. Hold on a second. Let me just bring this up real quick. Let me bring it up. I think it's going to be in Flint. Damn. I'm trying to click on the Ticketmaster link. When is Clarissa's fight? Shit, I might go to it if I'm able to. Oh, July 26th. Okay. Little Caesars. Is that in Vegas or somewhere like that? It's a little warm up in here. I think I got my air on like 75 right now, but I got this hoodie on. I just came, straight from the gym or whatever. I just went in and did some weights. But yeah, she's at Little Caesars. Where's Little Caesars at? Let me just click on the link and just see where it's at real quick. Little Caesars, is that in? Oh, Detroit, Michigan. Okay, so shout out to Detroit or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, it's a little warm. But shout out to Clarissa. How do y'all feel about her dragging Nicki Minaj into the middle of it? I know people gonna feel different way, like, leave Nicki alone, leave her alone. She always getting dragging. Nicki can't get a break or whatever, right? But for the petty ones, so a lot of y'all's petty. Y'all be online and y'all be saying petty stuff and dragging Nicki into petty situations. So listen, get in the comments. Let me know what you think about Nicki possibly showing up. Do you think she would show up? And then also her, dragging them in because listen, Clarissa Shields ain't slow. She grew up and watched the game. She's 30 years old, so she's seen everything that happened with Remy and Nicki. She's aware of it. Plus, Papoose is in her corner, in her ear, like la da 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 da. I'm pretty sure Remy Ma planned and plotted and told Papoose exactly what he wanted to touch on, what she wanted to touch on, and she pretty much just gave him, an earful of what she wanted to convey or say to Nicki. So listen, that's just crazy to me though. Get in the comments, let me know what you think. The next thing I want to talk about, I want to touch on this. So listen, I was watching just some commentary from Armand Wiggins, so this is for something that I got from his show, but I find this to be so strange. Get in the comments and let me know what you think about this, if you understand what I'm saying. Y'all remember a few weeks ago that somebody on Twitter had came out and exposed that Cardi B liked this post in regards to Tory Lanez. It was something in favor of Tory Lanez over Megan Thee Stallion. Cardi B liked the post. The tweet went crazy. She never addressed it. Cardi is a motor mouth. She's a keyboard warrior. She's so quick to come out and detest something and say like, oh no, that wasn't true, this and that, whatever, right? So that lived on for a few days and then it just went away. Me personally, I believe that it was true. I think that Cardi doesn't like Megan Thee Stallion. I always told you that I think that she feels as though she's better than Megan. Cardi don't look at Megan as no threat. You see the performance of her most recent records. I mean, they both flops right now in the current times, right? I know Cardi's struggling. She's struggling. She's struggling. Listen, let me tell you this, right? Megan's struggling. Cardi's struggling too. But Cardi is worried because this album is supposed to come out. She's struggling. Damn, it's like no campaign with the damn thing. The single that you throw out, it better have Doja on it. It better be super pop. It better be something that's going to be everywhere, Cardi, or you going to flop. You know that too. I know that the pressure is on over there. You looked super stressed in the video yesterday. Listen, this don't even got nothing to do with what I'm talking about as it pertains to Megan Thee Stallion. I just had to say that because I wanted to. So listen, what I wanted to like say is that, so it was a person on Armand Wiggins show, and he stated that, you know, the other day when that press conference came out about Tory Lanez, where they said that there was some new evidence that was found, right? So the woman who was on the line stated that she seen something. She seen the post on the Shade Room, and Cardi B liked it. She said she screenshotted it. I was hoping that when she was on the phone with Armand or whatever, that she was going to send it to him and he was going to post it, but it just never happened like that. But, you know, Armand, he's been over in Diddy World and doing the trial, covering the trial, getting massive, you know, views and all of that. Shout out to all of the content creators who's out there, you know, moving and shaking and getting their views, right? So he's been kind of like away from this whole base of all of this, but I'm not sure if if he was aware of that tweet that was going around on Twitter, and, you know, Cardi liked the post that was in support of Tory Lanez, right? She liked it. I definitely think she did. In my opinion, the girl liked it, right? So now with this post, with the new evidence, because Armand's argument was that, you know, Cardi has been very supportive of Megan in the past, but Cardi is also a shady ass bitch. You know what I'm saying? She's going to definitely, if she's feeling a way towards Megan, she ain't going, you know, she's going to do little shady, shisty stuff like this. So anyway, the girl said that Cardi liked the post. I personally believe it. Listen, this is not a coincidence. This is the second time in a row where Cardi is doing something in support of Tory Lanez. Now, I personally believe you hear Cardi and you observe her in her natural habitat, and she be saying stuff like when Star Brim was out, like, oh, I ain't friends with these BITCs and, you know, this and that or whatever. I don't think that Cardi looks at Megan Thee Stallion as a friend. I think she probably looks at her as like, I used you during the time when you was going through it with Tory. Everybody was looking to see what was going to be next with Megan Thee Stallion, and she used you for WAP, and you got used. You know what I'm saying? Y'all tried to come with bongos, and it just didn't hit like that no more. It was like, damn, back to the drawing board. Back to the drawing board, you know? And then, you know what is so funny to me? And I'm going to take this conversation and go into the situation with Glorilla and Megan Thee Stallion. But what's so funny to me is that when it does come to Megan Thee Stallion, you see how she was on the red carpet at the Met Gala, and she was like, where's Cardi? Cardi wasn't thinking about you. You ain't get no photos or nothing with Cardi. You was inside with Doechii and was she with Doechii and Angel Reese? Cardi ain't have no connection. We ain't seen no pictures of Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi. You on the red carpet like, where's Cardi? Meanwhile, you try to throw Nicki under the bus. You so shady, Megan. And you know what? I don't wish bad on nobody. A lot of people, I know they have, you know, they feel, you know, a lot of ways about Megan Thee Stallion. I don't hate the girl. I just dislike her. I dislike what she stands for. You know, sometimes I'm going to admit I do feel bad when she, you know, because being an empath and like, you know, I could feel, I can't feel bad for a murderer, but I can genuinely feel some sort of, you know, empathy or sympathy for any person. So it's like when she going through stuff and she be like, why everybody, you know, for a second I'll feel like, damn, like, you know, little Meggie going through it. But it's just like, Megan, no, I feel like you have the one thing that Megan does have, but it doesn't translate into record sales, is she has the general public on her side, and they will try to be online getting viral tweets saying like, oh, just like the other day they said like, why wasn't this song the biggest of Megan? Like, she's so great, but y'all don't stream and buy, and y'all end up being online looking like you living a lie, huh? She on the charts for 1 week, and then it's like, bye. You know what I'm saying? It's like, bye. So, Megan, I just don't understand how she has so much respect and all of this for Cardi. And it's just like when it come to Nicki, you was just so quick to just, and you know, she was the first big look that you got way before Beyonce. Megan, this is why, let me tell y'all something before we move on to go to the situation with Glorilla. Let me tell you something. You turned up to Nicki's music continuously. You begged, you pandered. You did whatever it was that you had to do in them little ass shorts to get Nicki's attention. You literally begged her. You got what you wanted, and then you turned your back and act like you didn't remember where you got it from. Tory Lanez, when he was on Quarantine Radio, I never forget the look on this girl's face. Let me tell you something. She's an Aquarius, but she's a woman, and I don't care. There is a difference from the male, from in the zodiac across the board. There's a difference from the male and the woman energy. Some people think that Aquarius men are toxic or whatever. I don't think that I am. I think I'm very watchful and I understand situations before they fully roll out, right? When Tory Lanez was on Quarantine Radio, he probably looked at her like she was the booty, little cutie, nice body, twerking it, bending over, and he probably said, "Ooh, I could have my way with her." He had millions of viewers on there during the pandemic, and when I seen Megan Thee Stallion going live with him, this was before she flew out to California, where I believe he was, to let him start smashing them cakes, right? I seen this girl. Let me tell you something. I want you to start doing this. When you go live with a person, and maybe they're just checking just to see, like, analytics, but when you see a person continually looking at the number of live viewers, that's what Megan was doing. That was visibility for her. She used Tory. I don't know what transpired between them two. I don't get deep off into the specifics of that case, but I know that she put herself in that situation. She put herself in that situation. She clout chased based off of what he was doing during the pandemic, and she figured that would put more eyes on the Megan Thee Stallion brand. She clout chased to the Barb's online, turning up to Nicki music because she figured that would get her a Nicki Minaj collaboration. Then she in reality shitted on them both. You understand what I'm saying? So to me, Megan Thee Stallion, it's like I don't respect her in a lot of ways. But I ain't gonna lie, like maybe like 3 or 4 weeks ago when I was in the gym, I did play her song Thriller. I played like a few songs from her first mixtape. I don't hate the girl. I just don't like, you ever just not like who a person really is. It's like she's not through and through. She's not like thorough to me. She's really fake, in my opinion. But anyway, let's move on. The next thing I want to talk about, I hear so many people and see so many people talking about, Glorilla, Shady, and Megan Thee Stallion. Now, you know that this whole situation kind of like brewed from the other day where Glorilla has shared that story, and then Megan and Glorilla went through that whole, Megan unfollowed her, she unfollowed her back, Megan deleted the birthday pic, Glorilla deleted the birthday pic or whatever, then they ended up following each other back, whatever, right? So everything seemingly like it's on the up and up and it's okay. Now, one thing I want to say is this, and don't take any offense to it if you felt like this or you think like this, right? Now, I seen today on social media a lot of people was making jokes about Glorilla, calling her Michael Jackson, right? It's Glorilla, as far as like her nose job or whatever, saying something about Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson, Little Kim, LaToya Jackson, all of them nose jobs or whatever. I didn't even know Dawn Richards got a nose job, right? So they're making fun of her. So what I personally think, and you can't be mad at people for being simple-minded or whatever, but I just know that I think differently. I think on April 23rd, whenever it was that Glorilla made that post, she said they're gonna be mad at whatever the case. I'm not even digging the tweet up or whatever. This is just mere commentary. She said they're gonna be mad at this or whatever, right? So a lot of the fans, a lot of y'all be so emotional and you think everything is connected to somebody else or whatever, like it's connected to Megan or whatever. No, then the girl, she came online. I think what Glorilla did, I think that she just tried to troll in the time where the tension is high as far as like the Megan, the hotties are on edge because they thinking that, she's shading Megan or whatever, right? What she did is that she seen the Michael Jackson conversation and she quoted the tweet and said something about hee hee, hee hee. That Michael Jackson, right? She quoted it and said that. Now, I didn't go back to her page to see if she deleted it, but people thought that she was shading Megan Thee Stallion. No, she was laughing, talking about her nose job. Now, I know a lot of people feel a lot of different ways about Glorilla's nose job. I do feel like Glorilla's nose was really big before. I do feel like her nose does look better. Some people don't think it looks better, but I think that it does. I just like the follow-up, what happens after you get your nose done, and people really falling in love with the way that they look after that. That's the part that I think that some people may struggle with. Like, I've even spoke to people who got fillers in their faces. One girl told me she was just like, getting fillers in your face, she's done it before, and she was like, I'm just not going to do it anymore. She said because it kind of like distorts your reality to how you look, and then when they start to wear off and metabolize, you like, wow, like you start to like, I need more. And that's how people ended up pumping up their face, but with so much more fillers or whatever, right? So Yeah, I don't think that she was shading Megan Thee Stallion in that sense. So get in the comments, let me know what you think about that. Do you think that she was saying hee hee, talking about the Michael Jackson nose and all that? I don't think that she was dissing Megan Thee Stallion, you know? It seems as though that they're back, you know, not on the up and up on the scenes, but it seems like they followed each other back or whatever, you know? And she probably felt some sort of way. She probably thought that Glorilla was being insensitive based on what this man did to me. I still feel like it's very controlling, and Glorilla shouldn't, you know, Glorilla shouldn't allow that. She should have been able to speak to Megan on the back end and tell her, like, hey, I shared this. Like, I didn't know that that song was on it, or I posted this merely just because of the message. You know what I'm saying? I remember one time I wanted to wish, let me tell you something real talk, right? Just to give you a real glimpse into it. So sometimes I think people do be knowing what they doing. And, you know, let me just, I'm happy I thought about this right now. You remember when Glorilla's page got hacked and she started dissing Nicki? Marketing, everybody started talking about it. Then she posted Tory Lanez. The talk. I do feel like Glorilla is sizzling in a way where it's just like she has some hot records or whatever. Let me go to her page right now in real time. Is that new song out, Love, with Glorilla, that everybody was like, you know, cheering on? Glorilla. Let me go to her page right now, see if her new song Love is out. She got 19 million listeners. I don't know, yo. I don't know. I mean, she got more than Ice Spice, right? She doing her thing. But yeah, man, Glorilla, she need another hit, just like Sexy Red. They gotta they need to take it up a notch. But anyway, get in the comments. Let me know what you think about that with Glorilla and Megan Thee Stallion. Do you think she was dissing her when she said hee hee? I think she's talking about her nose, Michael Jackson, and all of that. Nonetheless, let's move on. Next thing I want to talk about, let's get into the situation with Yandy. So Yandy's her ex best friend, or, you know, assistant or whatever, he came out and he's been having some things to say about her, talking about she's getting exposed. You know, allegedly Yandy's being, you know, grimy behind the scenes. She's cheating on her husband. I will say this, we don't know what the husband is doing, right? Just to be open, just to be objective, we don't know. Or Yandy could be a Remy Ma, where she feels like she gets the money and maybe she's making more money than Mendices, and she's gonna F on these dudes out of town, you know, across the seas, and giving up the V, and she feel like maybe he don't see what she do, right? So this guy has came out and said multiple things. I'm not gonna get into the prior post, but this was one of the things that he came out and said, and I just want y'all to check this out really quick.
Just thinking about all the I did for you and sacrificed for myself. You took me away from my birthday to London. That wasn't for me. London was for you. We're in a restaurant taking pictures. My boyfriend hits me up and he's like, yo, who's taking a picture? Who's that third menu for on the table? I said, oh, Yandy, he's gonna think I'm cheating on him. He thinks I'm here with somebody. Bitch, and all along we was there with you and your nigga. That you was. We went to London so you could get the side nigga. You didn't go there for me. I'm like, Yandy, please, I gotta tell him. Don't tell him nothing. I don't want him in my business. So you want me to let him believe that I'm cheating on him? And then you still ungrateful? So my shit is up. Your shit at home in DC is under wraps because he thinks you taking me away to London for my birthday. All the while, you out here nigga, and it was fine. Don't get me wrong. I would have too. But you still was ungrateful. You ain't no loyal stand up, hold you down. My nigga think I'm on him. And you doing all the in the room. We had a flat. The wall separated my bed and your bed. I'm listening. I can't answer the phone for my boyfriend, and I'm listening to you and this fucking night. You are wicked. You are ungrateful, and then you treat me like. Nah, it ain't going down like that.
It seems as though that this person got fired and this is why they mad. And let me tell you something, just to be completely blunt and honest. This is why I don't be wanting no friends. Nope. I know people online, right? I just feel like you got to draw the line. You just have to, because people get mad at you. You know, you stop speaking to them and then they start saying the most egregious things about you. This person, like, let me just tell you something. If you're dating somebody and they're clocking you that bad in the FaceTime and they're like, where's the third plate? Why you couldn't say that was a business associate? He knows that you out there with Yandy. You felt like you had to tell him him the truth. It sounded like you wanted to spill her information and her business. I don't know Yandy. I'm not invested in the Love and Hip Hop brand or anything. I don't watch none of that. I've seen some little clips and I've seen her crying, you know, but maybe like a few weeks ago where she was crying about people playing with her and Mendici's relationship or whatever. We don't even know. This could be a part of what's to come next in the next season to give it some sort of push or whatever. You just really don't know, right? But my thing is, you got to watch out for a person like that. You talking about your man was clocking you about a third plate. What are you so scared of? You going to get beat when you come home? Because you know the domestic violence is definitely up and real in the you know, the queer world, as far as like people, they be, yeah, the domestic violence is bad, like real bad, right? Also, you know, you said that Yandy was and then sucking on this, and y'all was on the flat or whatever. Is that if that's your friend? It's like, why are you revealing her personal information? You know, I thought it was just me when I first seen it, and then when I went into the comments on multiple different blog sites, everybody was saying the same. This is why, honestly, like the friends that I have, I've known them for so long. Like, nah, and it's not to say that people online are not worth getting to know, because I know that there's some good people out there, but you just got to be very careful and like move very calculated. Like, you know what I'm saying? You just got to be very careful, because you don't want to, I mean, with friends like that, who needs enemies, especially when you get mad. Let me tell you something, my true ways or whatever. If I'm friends with you, say you looking in the camera, me and you friends, right? And we fall out and say we not friends no more, I'm going to do you the favor by not never mentioning you again. And it might hurt you. And I'm going to be honest with you, right? My strategy will bring out the hate in the person, because the way that I ignore you and act like you don't even exist is going to make you mad. But I feel like I'm respecting you. I'm feeling like, you know, I'm not speaking negatively about you. If somebody comes to me and be like, Laurent, what's up with XYZ? You, if they ask me what's up with you, I'm like, I'm sure they doing fine. You know, I think they doing good. Reach out to them, right? I'm not going to give any type of inkling that we at war or anything like that. I'm just not going to speak to you. I'm not going to deal with you, right? Because with me, what I always go back to is that I have real family who loves me. I have real friends that have known me since, like, you know, elementary school and up. Like, we still friends with to this day, 42 years old, still friends with these people, still know these people, you know? So it's kind of like with me, like when you get to being on like YouTube and you on Twitter or whatever, it's fun. It's a fun world, right? I love the information that you get on Twitter, you know, TikTok, all of that, right? But when I go back to Facebook, it's like, to me, Facebook is people who I know. And it's like, you know, I like to go through there because I see people who I know. It gives me memories of going to school and stuff like that. So it's like, you know, you got to know how to separate things. And to me, I definitely know how to do that and compartmentalize and put people in certain places, because people will disappoint you with with not being loyal, disloyal. That's very disloyal. If Yandy did something to you, now you're not going to ever be able to work with her again. Now she's going to have other people looking at you a certain type of way if you were like some sort of assistant or whatever. So listen, I really want your comments on that. I know I made this video. I'm trying to make my videos a little bit longer. I'm trying to give y'all some meat and potatoes. So if you made it to the end of the video, get in the comments and say, if you made it to the end of the video, get in the comments and put the number 10 and just said made it through the end. Number 10 made it through the end. Listen, potent, pondering, never pandering. What time is it? It's like 10:14. Oh, 10:15. I need to get ready. I'm going out tonight. So I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed the topics. Let me know what you think about the Nicki Minaj, Papoose, Remy Ma, Clarissa Shields. Let me know if you think Nicki is going to pop up out there in Michigan. That would be dope if she did it. But I feel like that would attach Nicki to Remy. And I just feel like Nicki kept it moving. Remy Ma is a low tier celebrity. She's trying to overcast battle rap with her little bit of celebrity to try to like take up whatever is going on over there, because she can't get it really popping in the music field. Also, I noticed that when Papoose shared that she shared Clarissa's her promotion for her fight coming up in July, Remy all of a sudden posted her Rock the Bells performance in her stories. She watching Papoose from a backup page, from her Finsta, still on Insta, clocking and stalking him from her Finsta. So listen, potent, pondering, let me know what you also think about Cardi B liking shady, shiesty things in regards to Tory Lanez. She don't rock with Megan. How they at the Met Gala and not one picture, not one blood picture? She over there with Doechii and over there with Angel Reese. No photos. Where's Cardi? No respect for the black woman Nicki though. You fake. This is why I can't. You know, I could turn up to some realer than real and dance, make them niggas dance, dance, make them niggas dance, dance, make them niggas dance, 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 dance. Hop up the fucking rope. I could listen to it, but I don't like it. I don't. I just don't feature her. Like, you know what I'm saying? I just don't. But yeah, get in the comments, let me know what you think. Potent Pondering, get in the comments and let me know if you made it to the end. Number 10. I'm out. Peace.